Summoning Jutsu. I'm gonna make a Naruto game already. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LeaIsChill. Today I wanted to go ahead and return to doing some stuff that I'm actually passionate about, doing some stuff that I'm excited about. Today we are going to go ahead and recap some very recent announcements regarding some of the biggest games that currently exist in the gacha game space, some pretty big collabs that have been announced for the last couple of days, and some very exciting news about the new Dragon Ball Z MOBA. Let's go ahead and start with that one. So if you guys haven't heard, they actually are dropping a brand new Dragon Ball Z game over on Steam. This is going to be the first time that Dragon Ball Z mobile game has come to Steam properly as a free-to-play game, and this one seems to be pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys have played Pokemon Unite, but it basically, the MOBA genre is what League of Legends is, it's what Pokemon Unite is. It's basically a top-down style of character arena battler, where you're using abilities, trying to beat the enemies and overcome some kind of obstacle. In Pokemon Unite, it's more of a scoring type game. In League, it's obviously just beat the enemy's base. This game seems to be a mix of the two. So it's a Dragon Ball Z style game where you have two lanes and you're basically constantly farming inside both of them to outpace your enemies and break their two turrets by slowly doing DPS to the turrets as time goes on, and obviously they'll hit you back. And it seems really, really cool. For Pokemon Unite, the way that Zapdos works, which is what Great Ape is going to be, is Zapdos, it instantly gives you the ability to score for free. This one seems like it's more DPS centric, and so you get an extra 1000 health, and you also get a second Zeno to do more damage to the turrets in top and bottom. And so it seems like it's more of a battle centric, kind of more PvP focused style of MOBA game that has nothing but Dragon Ball Z characters. So I think this is gonna be super fun. Unfortunately, they have announced how the gacha is gonna work, and it seems like what it's gonna be is you're using a certain type of premium currency to unlock character licenses. So you can permanently spend 8,000 currency, for example, and use Cooler for the rest of your time playing the game. Otherwise, he'll be locked until you're able to get him eventually. Meaning all future characters would end up being some kind of paid thing regarding the premium currency. It's exactly how Pokemon Unite currently does it, but the gacha that you'll be pulling for is helpers. So basically you'll be pulling for your SSR farmer with a shotgun, so he'll be able to pop up in battle, shoot the enemies, and one-shot Frieza so that you can get ahead in the game. So it seems like it's going to have a mix of both play whatever character you want to, but if you're going to try and play them to the meta pick, you probably want to have the meta helper for that character. So for example, if Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the BoJack movie really wants to have a Goku in his helper slot, whenever he uses it, he gets an extra 15% attack buff. Obviously, that's going to be really efficient to constantly have, and that would be your main character forever if you got that meta pick. So it's going to be interesting. I did get invited, so I'm hoping to do some gameplay as of tomorrow. We'll see. Obviously, it's going to be open from August 19th to, I think it's September 2nd. So that'll be pretty exciting, and I'm going to be definitely checking this out. I have played a lot of MOBAs, but I found that losing inside them tends to make me tilt way more than winning ever makes me feel good. So I do wonder how this game will kind of shape out and how it'll feel to play. But I think that there's a lot of intrigue here and a lot of fun to be had. So we'll get to it very soon. Next up, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about a game that I've been personally playing for myself. I'm currently at Penacony. So Honkai Star Rail, the second, well, okay, I guess it would be the third big Hoyoverse game, has been constantly getting updates for the last couple of years, and it's been getting pretty interesting in terms of story. I've honestly had a lot of fun with it. But they officially announced a collab as of today, and that official announcement has a trailer. So this right here, I actually saw the first like 2 seconds of the trailer, and I was like, I gotta record this. And so I made like a whole day of it. I think this will be really fun.
The man who came had tan skin and wielded 2 swords, one black and one white.
Yeah?
Slashed directly at the general's head.
Almost equal to General Fei Shao.
General Fei Shao?
I know her well. You do? I know all her deeds on the battlefield by heart. Such as... when General Face
Okay.
in and out of enemy ranks 7 times. With a single strike, she knocked down 100 enemies.
They did the unlimited blade work shot for her.
No, 10,000.
She could raise
You're
entire
exaggerating.
cities,
My
leaving
mom told me
nothing
about this.
but rubble.
This is what my online friends found at the scene. Look. In the form of a beast rushing forward like lightning, General Feishao shouted among the ruins.
Are you my master?
That's complete nonsense. Nonsense? I have even more impressive stories.
Well, there she is.
Do you know how to get to the seat of divine foresight?
But that's not it. Because they made an official anime-style trailer for it as well. They hinted towards it inside that thing before this, but that was an arrow. And they do the full shot into the, like, fate color. Oh, okay. So it's actually really, really far away. So it's kind of interesting that they're hinting towards the collab being announced as of now inside the story of the update. For, I believe it's 2.6 that's coming up. But they're announcing that the collab isn't coming until Q3 of fall 2025. That is 1 full year from now, assuming that we are currently going into fall 2024 as of September. So definitely them announcing it really, really early, but I think that that's with the intent of telling people, hey, if you like Fate and you want to get into this game, you should probably start playing as of this time and try and catch up to the story, because if you're fully caught up, obviously the characters you're going to be building are going to be super viable and a lot more fun. I really do wonder how many characters are going to drop, because previously inside Honkai Star Rail, or Honkai Impact 3rd, we had an Evangelion collab where they mostly dropped a skin, and I believe there was a single Asuka, and that's it. So they only got 1 character total for the entire collab. And the way that Honkai Star Rail's banners work right now, typically you would get 1 main 5-star and 1 new 4-star. So I think that that's probably the most likely thing to happen. Probably Emiya Archer as the main banner unit, because they're announcing, or they were hinting at him as the black and white swordman asking, "Are you my master?" And for a 4-star, I'm actually not sure what they would do, because obviously Saber is more hype than Emiya would be. So them hinting towards him first makes me wonder what their intent is. Seeing that, I feel like they're probably going to do more than 1 banner character or give 1 out for free, similar to how they did with Dr. Ratio, but I guess we'll just have to speculate and see when that is 1 year from now. But I'm going to fully catch up with the story, honestly. I really do enjoy this. And it seems like, are we going to actually go to their planet? Because it can't just be me. This looks like we're transitioning with the Astral Express right to the Fate planet's doorstep. And obviously you can see the compass above as if you're the navigator and it's locking on to the planet itself. So it's very likely that's actually going to be a full Fate planet that's playable. We'll see. If they make models for Saber and all of them inside the planet, I seriously doubt we're not going to get more than 1. But either way, this is going to be so exciting. I'm actually a big fan of Fate Stay Night and the whole series in the anime. I haven't read the visual novel, though it did just drop on Steam, so that'd be kind of fun at some point, but very cool, definitely. Next up, I just wanted to go ahead and show off a couple of announcements from Bandai, because One Piece Bounty Rush is currently about to hit its 5.5 anniversary, and so they announced Shanks version 4. So now we have 4 different EX Shanks inside the game, and obviously all of them are super expensive. But even beyond that, we do have an announcement for the platform change. And that's going to change a lot about how we interact with this game. So this literally dropped yesterday when I was out looking for houses, so I didn't get the chance to cover it. But I just want to watch the full trailer. I only saw the announcement officially on Twitter. So obviously you can see really high quality models that were already made by the developers. It's been really impressive throughout its entire lifespan of this game. I've been playing since it pretty much came out. But it's officially coming. to your mobile PC. Steam. There you go. I'm actually pretty excited about this. And obviously, as I just said a little bit ago, One Piece Bounty Rush, it's been around for a long time. And one of the little fun facts actually about the game is originally this game dropped and it was basically nothing. There was nothing going on. There was basically no characters and not a lot of fun to be had. So they closed the game for 1 full year and refreshed all the gameplay entirely into something new. Upon doing that, when it came back as a 4v4 capture the flag game, it was actually a lot more fun. And of course it is mostly PvP centric, and so you'll basically be constantly queuing up against enemies and playing through matches and just kind of getting through really fast 3-minute matches over and over. But this is pretty exciting. You do have to spend typically 2,250 diamonds to get an EX character 1 copy, and to get a character to be viable inside PvP, you need to get 3 copies total. So it's literally the least free-to-play friendly game I have ever seen. There's a catch here, actually, that I don't think a lot of people have acknowledged. So Honkai Impact 3rd on Steam has a little bit of a weird thing where you can't have your mobile account and your PC account be the same because the PC one dropped years and years later. And so you couldn't transfer over your saves from your phone to the PC. And unfortunately, it meant that every single person had to start over if they wanted to play on that platform. And it basically killed it until more people on PC wanted to start the game for the first time. BBS on Steam currently uses, or Bleach Brave Souls. I got to stop abbreviating because obviously I don't know how much you know. Bleach Brave Souls is another mobile game that came out on PC roughly about 6 years after its launch. And they use their own personal Collab ID to let you transfer your account between PC or mobile and PC and share progress between the two. This game could do either. And because the game currently uses transfer IDs and it'll generate a code and a password where you can just transfer it immediately into a new account, I think they are very, very, very likely to make it so progression is reset and that they're going to refresh the game on Steam so that people can't re-roll as easily as they do on mobile right now. I do think that's kind of a trend that exists at the moment. And so we'll see when they do make the proper announcement whether they will have a proper transfer system between mobile and PC. If they do, this game will probably be the top tier most fun thing you can do, because obviously you can play it on your phone and tap away whenever you're doing whatever, and go to your PC when you actually want to play it properly and have some fun with it. This game has been broken on LD Player, Nox, BlueStacks for pretty much 5 years, which means it only had like 6 months being able to be used on emulators. So this will literally be the first time you can actually touch it on PC, and I am so curious to see what they'll end up doing. Regardless, this is a really cool announcement, and it has a lot of speculation from me as to whether what they're going to do is going to be really harsh to prevent rerolls, or just kind of be open and let people interact with the game how they want. Either way, good ass video game. I think it could be very fun if you just don't spend your entire paycheck on it. Just remember that. And next up, I actually have the next announcement. We do have another collab coming up inside Goddess of Victory Nikke. And of course, they've had like a Nier Automata collab in the past. I think they had Chainsaw Man in the past as well. So we're just gonna hop in and check out the brand new one as well. So this one I think is pretty interesting. Obviously, this franchise has gotten a collab with pretty much every game you could. Honkai Impact, obviously. This is Evangelion Cross Goddess of Victory Nikke. And honestly, Nikke is a really interesting game and lends itself really well to the Evangelion style just because it's a gun thing where you're fighting a big raid boss. So the angels as raid bosses makes perfect sense. And that's our magical rhombus of an angel. No one survived. Rehearsal result. We better send 3 teenagers with guns. Great. So, hey, it keeps the spirit of Eva. If there's a world-ending catastrophe, we gotta send at least 3 teenagers. But this is really exciting, and obviously you can see exactly what the collab units are going to be. They're doing 3 SSRs, which is going to be Asuka, Rei, and Mari from the 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, and 4 movies. And they're doing Misato actually as an SR. So Misato, unfortunately, SRs aren't really all that viable or worth it inside Nikke, but you can just have her as a wallpaper and stuff like that. So this is pretty much like the only time Misato has been playable inside an Evangelion collab in the longest time. I don't think I've ever seen her playable in any gacha game, so kind of cool. Regardless, this is going to be exciting. I remember that for the Nier Automata one that I played, I actually didn't play during Chainsaw Man, but during the Nier Automata one, they did have like a somewhat collab story to tie it in a little bit. I wonder if they'll make a proper full collab story for this one. If they do, I probably would actually want to play through it. I don't have an account right now because I just didn't play the game much myself. I didn't have a lot of fun with it. It's just, I don't like cover shooters, I don't think. And so it doesn't really lend itself to my style of gameplay, but I do like butts and cute girls. So we'll see. And obviously it's gonna be pretty fun. I think that a lot of people will enjoy this. Otherwise, I just have a couple of other pieces in terms of gacha news if you guys were interested. So Solo Leveling, the Netmarble game that came out that I covered roughly about 100 days ago, before the global version dropped, when it was only available inside Canada. They've hit 100 days, and the game basically hasn't changed since the first day it came out in terms of content. They've just added a lot more in terms of competitive game modes to try and outpace and kind of DPS check the people around you on your server. So it's become very much just to compete with your server, and if you care about that, then you could have a lot of fun with it. But I was playing it almost as like a single player game. I was playing it almost as if I was just enjoying the solo leveling story. And so when I hit the point where I hit a progress wall, I kind of stopped for myself. And the fact that the main thing holding me back from progressing inside solo leveling wasn't me or my skill, it was the level of my weapons, and the fact that I had to wait another 10 days to get my level from 40 to 60 pretty much spoiled the broth for me. So I probably will go back as of the first anniversary when it does drop in like 260 more days. But the 100-day celebration is dropping Go Gunhee. So if you are a big fan of solo leveling, I do think this is gonna be a really interesting banner to hop in on if you are interested. It's just so weird because like for solo leveling, the thing I care about really is the story and how they're adapting it. And that's locked behind a lot of Netmarbleism. And I really don't know how to get around that, except to just wait until they get more generous. Because once they're more generous and want to keep their players more, then they'll actually make you want to play the game more by giving you more stuff and more money and more items to upgrade your stuff so you can actually catch up. So we'll see. Obviously, I am keeping up with the game and I am watching content creators to be updated on what it's all about, and it isn't catching me still. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Solo leveling is a unique one for sure. Last one, I don't play Genshin, but Genshin is having its 5th anniversary and they're giving out 1 free 5-star selector, so you can select one of the 5-star standard banner characters if you don't have them yet, and go for like their eidolons / constellations, I guess, inside this game. If you, no, is that what it's called? I forget what it's called inside Genshin actually. It's been so long. Last time I played was when Raiden Shogun came out. So yeah, but they're giving out the free 5-star and they are giving out 1 free multi in terms of 1600 currency. So that'll be cool. It is a lot better of an anniversary than the last one they hosted. So I'm looking forward to seeing people interact with it. I kind of want to find a content creator to try and watch the whole Genshin story, because I don't enjoy the style of progress the game asks of you, but I really do enjoy the story it was presenting. And so I'm not quite sure about Genshin and how I'm going to look into it in the future, but 5 years of Genshin Impact is pretty crazy to me. It does not feel like it's been that long, but obviously dropping in 2019, COVID is the perfect time to get lost in a Genshin world. And it kind of came out in that spot where it was able to just thrive that whole time. It made 2 billion in its first year. And beyond that, it's just kind of been able to coast on that amount for the longest time as well. So Genshin Impact is definitely its own very unique creature. And definitely going to be a fun 5th anniversary if you are going to hop onto it. But I think that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. So I just want to update you guys on some gacha stuff. Obviously, I like to keep up on this, so it'd be really fun to be able to assemble all these things into one big news video like this whenever they do come out, but typically it isn't in big waves. It is drip fed. So I'm not sure if I should start doing like a short series where I just combine them all into one at the end, but I'm gonna try to see what that shape can be. Because I like doing this style of video 10 times more than I like doing any showcase on a game. So we'll get to it. For now, thanks for watching, take it easy, and sorry for being gone. Be back. Bye-bye.